This class deals with why products fail. Now, this particular video overlaps with other videos in this module, so make sure you've got good notes from the other videos as well as from here. Add them together and do some reading as well, and pad out your notes and have a good set of notes on this topic. So let's start. Why products fail? Well, there are many factors which contribute to new product development failures. So it's not a single overwhelming issue. There are many items, there are many situations that can lead to product failure. Management need to consider all the internal and external factors which cause product failures. So the factors that lead to products failing could be internal to the organization, and this could run across a whole range of areas, too many to mention probably, but from production, faulty marketing, poor training on the part of the operators and the management. There are many aspects to lead to failure internally. Externally, it could be that the product simply doesn't match what the market wants. Its core abilities, its core attributes are not in demand. It could be the case. Or it could be that competitors are simply too strong, or that government regulations prohibit the product or limit its use. So there are many factors, and I said probably too many to be comprehensive in a talk such as this one. All products are different and meet different needs for customers. Each product is individual and must be considered as a separate entity. So the products are different and meet different needs for customers. Well, that's the environment in which we live. The market economy is typified by many different products and services, all addressing particular customer needs. Now, new products can be seen as quite individual, but they should be aimed at some market niche, some gap in the market for which there is a customer need, but there is currently no product. If the new product, the one that's been introduced, is entering a market which is already congested, there are many competitors, many companies supplying products to that part of the market, then it's going to be highly competitive. And given that the other products may be better established, then it may have a real struggle to find its place in the market, and it may fail. So product can fail for a wide variety of reasons. The following are some examples of product failure. It could be lack of investment, or financial limitations means that the product may not survive in the marketplace. If the business can't invest in the product, it can't invest in the technology that's required to produce it, so that it's currently high cost production because an inappropriate technology is being used, or if the raw materials are expensive, or if there's some sort of adverse financial factors in play internally, then those will be manifest in the price and customers may be put off. It may also be the case, of course, that the market itself is congested and customers are not prepared to pay a lot for the product. They don't see the product as that important. The customer need is not significant, so they're not willing to pay too much for it, and this also puts financial pressure on the business. So there's a lack of investment, a lack of commitment almost on the part of the business to spend on the development and launch of the product, to spend on marketing and promote the product widely to the customers. And the customers themselves may have limitations because they've got limited incomes. We all have limited incomes. They have limited income and they want to optimize what they get back from their expenditure of that limited income. They want to get the greatest satisfaction back from their limited resources. And this product, the one we're considering here, may not give them significant satisfaction when they purchase it. There may not be a significant need for the product, so they may not buy it. So financial constraints, financial issues may put pressure on the product. In fact, does the customer perceive any benefit? There needs to be a benefit to the customer. The customers will only purchase it if they see a benefit. Customers may not be too excited about changes in technology or changes in design if the product itself is not seen as important. So, is there a need on the part of the customer? And if there is, does the product address the need? The bigger the need, the bigger the benefit from the product. But if there's very little need, then the product may have a fight on its hands to survive. So, it may also be the case, of course, that there are different views of the product across the population. Some people in the population may think it's a really good product and worth buying. Others may think it's not. It's the aggregate or the total sales which will determine the viability of the product. It's the total sales which generates the total revenue, which pays the costs of production and the costs of the business, and generates the surplus, generates the profit for the business. So even though some sectors of the population may like it and other sectors don't, if there's not significant overall demand, the product may fail. Forecasting. The forecasting of a product may be wrong. Marketing may have got it wrong. They may, before the product is launched, predict a certain demand which may not manifest. It may not come to fruition. It may be that the data upon which the forecast was based was collected badly, it was biased, there was insignificant information, it was analysed wrongly, whatever. There's a whole list of possibilities. And when we look at processes relating to information gathering and information analysis, we become familiar with these issues. These were dealt with in a separate module on this course. But the point I'm trying to make here is that forecasting, if it's wrong, can lead to serious consequences. It may lead to the introduction of a product that is doomed to failure right from the start. That means the business will have committed resources, investment, time, energy. Different departments will have been affected. The marketing department may have been advised to commit resources to it. Production, the stores, logistics, suppliers. The whole organization may have had to make extra effort to try and slot in this new product, and may have involved actual investment in new machines and new technology. And it was all based on faulty information, let's say. The forecasting was bad. If the forecasting is bad, it has been a costly exercise. Management must consider all possible external factors. What's the government view of the product or of the market? What health and safety issues are involved? Is the design of the product contemporary with what customer expectations are? What's the eco-friendliness of the product? Can it be recycled? Can it be updated? What's its longevity? Is it going to last for a long time or a short time? Does it represent good value for money? Is it good quality? Does it, in particular, address a need that the customer has? Management must use forecasting techniques, for example, looking at timescales, costs, budget, sales, resources. It must look at trends in the market. It must do a proper analysis. It's not good enough just to get a scrap of paper and a pencil and try and work it out. It should be properly calculated as much as possible based on feedback from the market, based on surveys, based on what the management know, and try to get a picture before the investment takes place. Otherwise, it's been a costly exercise and the product may fail, and all of the investment that's gone into it will fail with it. The following are some examples of product failure. Workforce politics. It could be that the workforce is settled on making a particular line of goods and a particular line of products, and the introduction of a new product may upset the balance. In a sense, the organisation has come to some sort of equilibrium, a sort of a balance in production. All the operators are efficient, the design is efficient for what they're doing currently. The deliveries are on time. It's an efficient organisation for the present configuration, the present set of products they're making. Now, the introduction of a new product may upset the balance. It may require adjustments to the production system, the distribution system, to the accounts. New accounts have to be created. New personnel may be required. There are many issues associated with introducing a new product, and this may mean workforce issues, workplace politics. Which managers will be responsible for the new product? Who's been promoted? Who's been left at the same level? Is there a new management coming in? How will they relate to the old management? There are issues, perhaps, that need to be resolved in the workplace. And as I said earlier, there are external factors and industry factors. The industry and marketplace must be carefully analysed. Some factors are out of the company's direct control. For example, competition. Simply introducing a new product, having identified a possible niche in the market, designing a product to meet that niche and introducing the product is not good enough. Competitors will now become conscious of the niche and will also start to tool up to make products to satisfy the niche. So what was potentially a good idea at the start has become a very competitive idea as the competitors start to launch products aimed at the same niche. So there are many factors that need to be taken into account in the context of a new product development. And there are many areas where it can start to fail. And if there's no way of redressing the problems as they develop, then the product will go out of existence, and the company will not just watch its product go out of existence, but they will watch their investment evaporate as well. It's all been pure cost, perhaps. They've got specialist machinery that nobody wants to buy. They have hired extra personnel that are now surplus to requirement, and they're going to have to be made redundant, and all of the issues associated with that. And it's all been a big mistake, all because perhaps the information was inadequate, or the cost structure of the business, I should say, changed because of the workplace politics, as we've called it, the adjustments that were necessary internally, or because external factors, the government has changed the rules regarding the product or this product range. It's now seen as requiring extra facility for safety reasons or whatever. Or it could be competitors simply tool up and aim at this particular niche because they're now conscious that the company is aiming at that niche, perhaps a niche that they hadn't spotted before. But now they're aware of it, they will perhaps develop products aimed at it as well. And what was potentially almost a monopoly position for the business has now become highly competitive. The price will be driven down and the product may fail. So these are some ideas about why products fail. Worth taking into account, worth making some notes on this one, and added to some reading that you've done elsewhere. That's all I'm going to deal with in this session, so let's leave it at that and let's say thank you for watching.